Well, dude, it's time to see if we got a good car or not.
I'm a little bit nervous to pull some of this stuff off, so.
Let's freaking get to disassembling and see what kind of car we got. So let's go right now.
Okay, so now that we are off with this fender, we can actually see kind of where this swap was done, and it looks like it was an entire firewall swap right on top of this front clip. So, okay, so it looks like whatever tacks were here didn't hold very well. All of this is gonna have to be re-welded on, and just make sure that all of this is nice and solid so the front of the car doesn't fold up on us. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep going with getting this thing apart. I'm stuck over there. Okay, so it's looking somewhat the same on this side. It's definitely welded on after the factory here, so it isn't the best job, but all the hard work's already been done. So a little bit of cleanup work and that should be nice and solid, and it looks like a pretty decent right-hand drive swap. We were unsure whether it was a full Silvia or not, but I think at least half of this car is a 240 and a good amount of it is a Silvia. So Frankenstein, looks like we've got a 240 SX Silvia. Sweet. I mean, looks like this back end's in pretty good shape. So the corners look nice and solid. So nobody was really sliding the walls in this thing hard enough to smash anything in, which is good. So far, so good for $3 grand, guys. Let's keep going. Okay.
Nice.
Not too bad. All right. So it looks like, I mean, we're looking pretty good behind this over fender. Body's straight, pretty straight. Obviously, you know, this was cut out for a little bit more clearance for the rear. It's not the worst job that I've seen. Got some foam here, but otherwise, man, that's not too bad. We can definitely work with that. So let's cross our fingers, guys. Body's nice and straight, but those over fenders have definitely seen better days. I'm not sure yet. We might, you know, I might go about repairing this stuff. But guys, just the amount of holes in these over fenders is insane to me. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes just right here.
Now that's a lot of damage.
And that means that we have that many holes in the body now, where all of those holes were drilled. I mean, otherwise, man, this thing is nice and straight. What do you guys think? It's not too bad for, you know, a 20-some-odd-year-old car. I'm gonna pull a couple other things off. I'll probably pull this trunk. I'll probably pull the hood completely off. It's only got one hinge holding it on, so I'm gonna pull that stuff off. I might pull the doors just to get to stuff a little bit easier. So. Okay, so it looks fairly obvious to me that the reason why this windshield is completely shattered is more or less because this hood was not bolted in at all, and it took a digger right there in the corner and split that all the way up the window. This windshield is utterly unusable. Let's get this hood off. I'm gonna see what it's gonna cost to get a new windshield. I think I'm gonna try and go the glass route, as that's probably what most of you guys will go, and we'll see what that'll cost. And it looks like we're gonna have quite a bit of cleanup to do in here. We've got some fun wiring stuff. I'm pretty sure that this fan wiring here is run through, can you guys see this here? Through this door, just straight into the cab here. And that is absolutely terrifying. You can see here where this is kind of taking some pinching. It's a good way to burn down your car, guys. Please, please, please make sure that you're doing things safely. Use common sense. Obviously, we had some beautiful custom work done here. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of all this interior. Now that we've gotten all the unnecessary junk out, right? Scoot this over. There's something I want to show you guys that I just found out in the back here. Don't do this. Come on, guys. Just don't do this. I don't even know what this is for. This was all shoved down in the side of the quarter panel here. But guys, this is terrifying, okay? These are just a bunch of open soldered connections just rubbing all up on each other. One here's a nice twisty right into a solder. It's beautiful, guys, okay? Stop doing crap like this. You'll light your car on fire. You'll die inside your car. Not good. There is many ways to learn how to do it properly. The power of YouTube even. Don't forget that you have all these resources, that you have places where you can go and ask these questions. So don't hesitate to ask. I have to ask questions all the time, and I've been doing this a while. So it's okay. You can learn. It's easy. That's how I got here. So don't do stuff like that. Some of these other things that need addressing, this throttle cable is, I don't know if you guys can see that, terrifying. Throttle position sensor is just kind of spade connected in there. A beautiful open hole here right above the exhaust manifold. The MAF connector, I don't know, it's a little loose. We have no idea how warm the water gets. So we're gonna figure that out. This is absolutely terrifying. So this is the power cable. Okay, obviously the old battery used to sit right here before this motor swap and the turbo was put in. But this is literally just pinched in between the old terminal and just left out here in the open to basically touch anything that it wants. The battery is just chilling in here on the floor. Our fuel pump wiring is coming back from the fuel pump there and literally twisty tied right here. We'll follow this up to this sweet ass little switch panel here. And this is our ground and our fuel pump ground. And that is just literally pinched underneath there. So it's a good idea when you're at this point to grab yourself a notebook and a pen and take as many notes as possible. Basically, you're gonna want to list all of the parts that you're gonna need, take a bunch of notes, make sure you have an end goal in mind. Basically, you're going to steer your way through this build, starting with functionality, and then whatever's left over you can use for looks. Moving on, what I'm gonna do next is get these front corners cut out and cleaned up. And then we'll see what's next. Comment below if you think his sweater is fire. Look at this thing.
Look how hard it is.
Oh my gosh.
It's not authentic. They never made it. Okay. So some of you guys are hype beasts out there and like try to call me out. Well, if they made it, you have it.
So
okay.
supreme. Anyway, guys, this is kind of our finished product for now. We got these cut out, cleaned up. Eventually, we will probably go all the way up the wheel well here to the tower and get rid of all of this. But that is if this car makes it that long. So
we did a video kind of explaining missiles, but now that we're like actually how when we're doing it, like tube front, for example, would be great to do. We could totally do it, and we probably will. But we'll wait until we crash up the front end. That's kind of what you do with missiles. You know, for now, that's working. I think we should probably, at some point, stitch weld some of this crap, because it's kind of stuff's peeling apart, but maybe not, you know? Maybe just go see if it stays together.
also, because somebody had the wonderful idea of welding the bash bar to the chassis,
Stop doing that!
which is, you guys, a big no. Don't do it. The reason for these bash bars is so that they crumple before your frame rails do. But if you weld them to your frame rails, it's just an extension of your frame rail out in the open for people to smash. Hey, I got these frame rails, they're pretty important. I'm gonna just extend these things, you know? So if you even take a tap, bam, you get a tap here. Yeah, so in the event of, or when that happens, really, dude?
Gajin hates it. Look at him. He won't even look at it.
Hey, Gajin, God, you don't even know what we're talking about.
No, he won't even look at the bash bar. He hates it so much.
Eventually, in the event of an accident, which will happen, all this will go away and it'll be tubed from here forward. So, but right now we're gonna run it. Run it!
All right, so JMO went to town on disassemble this thing. It looks like we have a hell of a car. I am so stoked. Next episode, we're gonna get digging into putting some parts on. Format basically is gonna be, you guys saw, car was $3 grand. We're gonna start there. I don't know where we're gonna end up at. We're gonna try to keep it as cheap as possible. Basically, when we get parts in, we'll explain why we bought these, where we bought them from, and put the price, and we'll just have a running tally going over the videos. So thanks for watching. We're gonna get back to work. We'll see you guys in a couple days. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.